Hi, welcome to another proven sales letter breakdown video. My name is Csaba, I'm the founder of Game of Conversions, and for 100 days I'm breaking down proven sales letters written by the best copywriters of all time, all A-listers here. And today I want to take a look at a promotion from Carline Anglade-Cole. If you're not familiar with her, she was one of the most famous mentees of Clayton Makepeace, of the legendary Clayton Makepeace, who I covered several times before on this channel. If you haven't seen those videos, I definitely recommend you check them out. I'm going to leave a link below this video in the description section to the entire playlist, and you'll find I think 4 or 5 Clayton Makepeace videos inside there, so definitely check it out because many things that Carline learned about copywriting came from the legendary Clayton Makepeace. But this promo, I had a blast when I was reading it because it's a megalog, and again, I covered megalogs before many times on this channel. Check it out. Link in the description if you're not familiar with the context. But this is actually a supplement. And it's not a newsletter, so I've covered mostly newsletters before, especially for Boardroom, the company Boardroom, but this is a supplement that has a few active ingredients. In fact, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 special ingredients. But the biggest takeaway from this video probably is going to be that whenever you want to sell something like that, you don't just start selling it right away. Instead, you build a lot of desire and curiosity in people, and you try to hook them emotionally with various stories, with various entry points to the whole thing, because you never know which specific benefit for which specific ingredient inside the supplement is going to get their attention. Sure, the most important is, and the longest copy is dedicated to the first ingredient, which sets up the whole thing, which is related to blood sugar, but it's very powerful how even if we build a lot of desire for the first ingredient, we still have 6 other to go, okay? And this just piles on basically benefits after benefits after benefits. It's just like giving people a bunch of bonuses, and you basically sell them on the first bonus, but then you give them 6 more. So at that time, it seems like an overwhelming amount of value. And this is the same thing in this promotion as well. At the end of it, I was definitely feeling like it gives away so much value, not just in the promotion itself. Remember, Gary Bensavenga always said that your job is to make the advertisement itself valuable, because people, they don't care about your ad or your product. They don't want to read an ad. They want to read stuff that's interesting to them. And sometimes that's an ad. In most cases it's not, but sometimes it's an ad. So if you can make your ad itself valuable, then it will increase the shelf life of it, definitely. And there's several advanced marketing lessons that we can learn from this promotion that actually increase the shelf life of this ad. For example, there's this little blood sugar levels, use this easy chart. So fasting blood glucose level. And then we have, seriously, it's an easy chart that you can just basically check yourself and get some valuable information where you stand on your blood levels, blood sugar levels. And it's really cool to have something like this in a megalog because it will extend the shelf life of the megalog. So it means that people will, they're much more likely to actually not throw it away, but instead revisit it later, to show it to someone else, to, whenever they don't remember, to open it up again and say, okay, so what was the chart again? I remember it. Or just cut it out. And even if they cut it out, they still have a little branding element here of the product itself. So there's a lot of advanced stuff here, guys, but let's jump back to the beginning and let's see, how Carline is approaching the whole thing. Now, before we cover everything, if you're new to the channel, then definitely make sure to subscribe and also hit the little notification icon, because I'm releasing these videos daily, and that way you'll be the first to know when I release a new one and you won't miss anything. And also, if you enjoy these videos, if you love copywriting, marketing, offers, traffic buying, anything like that, then definitely like the video as well. Share it with a friend or a family member who might be interested in this or something like that, because sharing is caring. So let's see what's happening here. This is the front cover, and it's called What Did It? Very interesting, right? You can see a little bit of branding element here, Journal of Blood Sugar Management. So it seems like a scientific journal. Remember, your ad valuable, right? This seems like a scientific journal, so it automatically lowers people's guards. They won't be triggered by this being an ad, okay? So the big headline, what did it? So this is kind of like a philosophical question. It sets up people to some sort of secret or mystery being revealed later on. And then the subhead says, the remarkable all-natural powerhouse formula that contains 7 stellar nutrients scientifically proven to help regulate blood sugar levels. So it definitely has kind of like a unique selling proposition vibe to it. It's like, you know, whatever this is, whatever this what is, it definitely is powerful. And there's a lot of specifics here with like 7 stellar nutrients. So what can these nutrients be? Well, you're going to find out as you consume this megalog itself. Remember, I noticed, I mentioned that there are 7 nutrients here, and this just basically foreshadows it. Then we also have an image that I like, blood sugar, perfect. So it kind of teases the end result that you're going to get after you consume this information. Plus, we also have a guaranteed to work or it's free. My blood sugar dropped dramatically. So think about it. Again, Gary Bencivenga, going back to him, he always said that in order to have persuasion, you got to have a unique promise. You have to, well, first of all, you have to have an urgent problem. And in this case, we definitely have an urgent problem because people with blood sugar problems, that's an urgent problem. Then you got to have a unique promise, which we have here. I mean, this is as unique of a promise as you can get. Then you also got to have unquestionable proof, which we're going to have later on because there are certain elements here which are all proof, like there's this, and remember this megalog opens up like this, so it's kind of like a book or a magazine. So this is the left side of it. Check it out. It's all testimonials, and this is the right side. Again, all testimonials. But even on the front cover, you have the urgent problem. You have the unique promise. You have the unquestionable proof. Look at it. It's proof right here, and you have a user-friendly proposition, which isn't necessarily here just yet because that's kind of like the offer reveal, but you already have a teaser for it. You already have this advanced blood sugar solution for promoting healthy blood sugar levels. So this kind of has everything. That's what I like about it. The cover, it's a total package, and coincidentally, one of the most famous programs from Clayton Makepeace is called Total Package. So this is just a little trivia here, but I love it because it has everything from the so-called Bencivenga persuasion equation. Plus, it also teases 13 free gifts reserved in your name. See page 16 or 21. Wow, 20 actually. It has this Roman numerals. Nice. So if we go to page 20, I guess. Well, it's on the 18th page. You can see there's a huge little, well, not little, it's a huge value stack going on here. You have all these bottles here. You have claim your 446.8 in discounts and free gifts today, plus 4 free bottles. Big value, yours for free, free shipping, special report, everything. I mean, what else do you need, right? I mean, this is as much of a user-friendly proposition as you can get. What else do you need? Plus, you even have like a fast action bonus. Yours free when you respond within 10 days. Special report, the ultimate eating guide for folks with blood sugar problems. And then again, almost a $20 value, but it's yours free. So boom. Blown away, right? And people can, I mean, hyper responsive people, we call people who buy quickly hyper responsive, they can just switch to this page like directly from the beginning, even after this little teaser copy, and then boom, maybe they buy. After this, you know, you have the order card. This is like the order form. We're gonna cover this a little bit later, but like this is for people who are hyper responsive, and it's there. It definitely caters to them as well. But for people who, you know, need a little bit more convincing, or they need a little bit of emotional or logical selling, for them, we create the megalog itself, the bulk of it. And it's very important to make sure that your promotion is long form, because especially in a super competitive niche like health or blood sugars, you really have to differentiate yourself. You have to build enough emotional rapport with people so that they actually start trusting you. They feel like you understand their problems. You establish the so-called KLT, the know, like, and trust factor. And then you give them a bunch of reasons why they should buy it. Again, going back to Gary Bencivenga, he talked about reason why copy. Okay, you have to give people logical reasons after they're already sold emotionally why they should purchase this. And as you can see here, like, it's spelled out for us. Reason one, like, hey, here's a boatload of excellent reasons why this is the best time to get your sugar levels regulated with advanced blood sugar solution. Reason one, during the special introductory offer, you save $140, and this is the lowest priced available. Wow. Okay, so I already have one reason. Reason two, you receive up to 4 free bottles of advanced blood sugar solution. Wow, okay, it gets even better. Reason three, you get the brand new special report, Nature's Nutrients for Healthy Blood Sugar. Yours free. Reason four, uncover the scandal that's keeping your blood sugar levels out of control and triggering a host of health problems. It's revealed in this eye-popping special report, the shocking truth about sugar, obesity, and your health. So I'm sure that you get what I'm saying here. Reason why copy is very important, but only after you've done the emotional part, because people buy based on emotion and then they justify their decision with logic. And it's very important to not skimp on the logic part either, because this is going to be the thing that when they're thinking about buying or not buying, and they're going to go to their spouse and say, I'm thinking about buying this thing. And I'm not really sure about it. And then this is the thing that they're going to say to their spouse on why they should purchase. They're going to say, yes, this seems really cool, but like, think about it. If I buy it now, I can save big time. I get all like 4 special bonuses. I get another special bonus. I get a fast action bonus. I get 4 bottles extra. I get basically everything. And at this point, these things also act as persuasive elements for other people who haven't read the whole thing. So it's very important to keep this in mind. This is potentially a more advanced copywriting tip, but it's very important to also give your ideal prospect reasons that they can say to their loved ones, because oftentimes the biggest barrier to purchasing is their loved ones, is because they don't want to be perceived as like making a bad decision, or like failing in the eyes of others, or something like that. So always keep that in mind. But getting back to the beginning, we have the front cover here, and then this is the first page. Let's see what's happening here. Well, if your body was a car, then blood sugar would be the fuel in the tank. Which one are you? And then we have 2 cool pictures here. One with a pretty bad car, beaten up, and then we have a cool little muscle car. And the copy goes like this. Dear friend, the right blend of gas means your car is running smooth, but the wrong kind of fuel, either too low or too high with octane, means your car jerks, sputters, hesitates, and eventually stops working. Well, guess what? The same thing happens to your body when your blood sugar levels is out of whack. Here's why. So, what an interesting lead, right? And if you're not familiar with the concept of lead, it's the first few hundred words of a copy that sucks you in emotionally, builds some desire, builds some curiosity, and basically convinces you to read the rest of the copy. And an interesting lead because we start with an analogy. We start with the symbol of 2 cars, and it's logical that if you put good fuel in your car, it's going to run much better than if you put like bad fuel in it, or the incorrect type of fuel in it, right? And this is easily understandable by people, and that's the cool thing about it. It's contextualized. It's like people, even if they don't have any knowledge in like medical lingo, they're gonna feel like, oh, okay, I get it. That makes sense. That's an interesting parallel. So metaphors and parallels and these types of things, very important in copy. So let's see the lead later on. The foods you eat are converted into a sugar called glucose. It's the fuel your body burns for energy. But to get glucose to your cells, your pancreas has to produce a hormone called insulin. So very simple stuff, right? It makes sense. We've heard this before. Most people have learned this in school, but never assume that your reader knows about these things, right? There might be a lot of people who might have forgotten it or confused it or something like that. You never want to make your reader work for your copy, because then they're going to abandon it. They don't want to spend time working. They work a lot anyway. So let's move forward. Insulin helps move glucose from your blood vessels into every cell, tissue, organ, and bone in your body. If your pancreas doesn't make enough insulin, or if your cells don't respond properly to insulin, your sugar levels can get out of whack and set off a chain reaction that can lead to. So we are setting up the problems, right? Whenever you gotta convince someone of something, you have to first bring out their problems, their pain points, right? And then you have to agitate them a little bit, and only then can you suggest a solution. Because if they don't feel the pain, think about it yourself. If you're not feeling a pain, if you don't have a problem, then are you gonna buy something? Of course not. The only reason why you buy something, in most cases, especially if it's not a necessity, is because you feel like, it's gonna solve one of your problems. And we have big problems here. Problems like blood pressure problems, cholesterol problems, artery problems, poor health, heart function, kidney issues, low energy, vision loss even, wow, poor circulation, and much more. So all these problems, they qualify people, especially in this target audience, because think about it. We're writing to people who are probably seniors, they're retired, they have some health issues, they might be younger as well a little bit, but they probably have not so good health, let's say. And we can see this thing from the pictures themselves. So check this out. The first woman who contributed a testimonial on the first page, she's like a 60-something-year-old woman, right? Again, someone who's overweight, someone who's a little bit older. Okay, he's younger, but he is the director, the president actually, Lane Lowry. Okay, so this is more like a little insert, a little personal insert from him. But as you can see, all the testimonials, all people who are older and might have health issue problems. This is intentional. It's because this is our target audience. So it doesn't make sense to talk in a way that doesn't cater to this specific audience. So chances are this audience has tons of problems from these lists. Okay, so let's see how Carline does it after this. So if you're one of the 20 million Americans with the sugar imbalance, or one of the 34 million Americans with borderline sugar problems, or you have a family history of sugar troubles, I urge you to listen up. What you're about to discover may literally save your life. So this is kind of like the lead that establishes, why you should care about this, right? You should care about this because otherwise, your life's on the line, and you're gonna end up like this car, right? Your body is gonna end up like this car. So pay attention. And then we get a little introduction of the guru behind this promotion. There's always a copywriter who writes it, and there's the so-called guru, or let's say the face of the brand, and in this case it's Lane Lowry. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. He's the president of Health Resources. So we have a little bit of authority build up. We've seen this before in previous sales letters. It's pretty standard stuff. And then we have a promise from him. He says, I'm going to show you scientific proof that when you regulate your healthy blood sugar levels, you can help. And then we have a bunch of benefits. So check it out. On the left, we have problems. On the right, we have benefits. And these are all things that might be very, very tangible for our target audience. And you'll experience this health revival without costly prescription drugs loaded with dangerous side effects. Again, think about it. Our target audience, they might have been pitched so many drugs before. They're probably sick of them. And if you preemptively answer their objections and say, you can get all these benefits without drugs, that's pretty cool. I'm going to introduce you to 7 of the most powerful blood sugar nutrients known to mankind. And these all-natural nutrients are now available in one amazing formula you can sample 100% risk-free. So this is kind of a teaser for the product itself. We don't really mention it so far that they can buy it, so that we don't trigger their sales detection, their marketing detectors all of a sudden. But it's there. It's a little teaser. So this again builds emotional desire in people. It's like, oh, I want to find out like what are the 7 nutrients and how someone combined them into one simple formula. And at this point, they're not sold at all. So don't think they're sold, but they are invested in it. They are interested in it. They want to spend some time reading more. And the more they read, the higher the likelihood that they'll actually convert, okay? So it's definitely a game of the more you can so-called indoctrinate them, the more likely they are going to turn out a customer. Because you have to do some belief shifting inside them. You have to bring up their potential false beliefs or myths even. You have to debunk them. You have to tell them the truth. You have to show how it's not their fault if they haven't seen progress before in this area of their life. Show that you're a knowledgeable expert. You can help them. You developed a solution, a unique solution that works. Only you have this, and you discovered this through your discovery journey, let's say, or like a hero's journey type of story, or there's some type of uniqueness to your solution, and then you just pile on benefits and benefits and benefits for them and give them an irresistible offer, and boom, you have persuasion. Obviously, you also got to give them a lot of proof, but you get the idea. So let's see what the lead has. It's because I think that this is also part of the lead here. So what's more, you'll meet real folks just like you who've conquered blood sugar problems and are living the life they want again. So again, this is a big promise. Skeptical, preemptive objection handling. I sure hope so, but you won't be for long, I promise. But first, let me show you why you've got to take action right now to get and keep your blood sugar levels within the normal range. So again, we're teasing something that we can help you, so you better pay attention, but we're also preemptively answering their objections by saying, are you skeptical? Good. We want you to be skeptical because we're going to give you like unquestionable proof that this works. And it worked for a lot of other people like you as well. So we're seeding the idea of proof itself. And the call to action isn't to buy the product, because this is the call to action to sell the consumption of the sales letter itself. So the call to action just says, hey, keep reading to get a lot of value. And that's why it's important for your sales letter to be valuable. Because if you just say, hey, read my sales letter, people are like, yeah, okay, sounds interesting, but I'm going to do it later, right? I'm going to bookmark it and I'm going to do it later. Which we all know means that they're not going to do it. But if you say, yo, read more to discover all these cool things, now that works. So this is the lead. So we're only like 2 pages into the sales letter, and we're at 23 minutes with the video. So I'm gonna speed things up a bit, but it's very important to cover the lead because it's one of the most critical parts of your copy. 80% of people don't get past this part, okay? So that's why it's super important to really, really nail your lead. And even if you just change a headline or a lead, you can have amazing differences between how good a sales letter performs or not, how well it performs or not. So let's see what's happening after the lead. Well, immediately after the lead, we have this insert type of thing. And it says, scientists at the National Institutes of Health, Stanford University, and other research centers have identified the surprising cause of metabolic syndrome, also known as Syndrome X. It's insulin resistance. So we start building up a case for why this is actually a problem. Why people should actually care about insulin resistance. Because sure, a lot of people have metabolic syndrome. They feel like they're sluggish. They feel like they don't have enough energy. They feel like, they might even have various other more severe health problems. But they might not realize fully how important insulin resistance is in this whole thing, right? And that's why we have to educate them a little bit. We have to paint the picture of why this is a big deal. And then we have a very valuable content here talking about all sorts of stuff related to like insulin resistance, how it's related to like triglycerides and HDL cholesterol and high blood pressure and stuff like that. And we have a little seeding element for the product itself. It's not sold aggressively at all, but at the end of this we have something that says, for healthy blood sugar levels and a powerful ally against Syndrome X, there's nothing better than advanced blood sugar solution. Send for your introductory pack today. It's 100% risk-free. Call toll-free and get up to 13 gifts free. So yeah, this is again for people who aren't really hyper responsive, but they're, let's say, super responsive. So one step below hyper responsive, because yeah, some people at this point they're already sold, so why not give them an option to purchase? But if people aren't sold, we continue. The majority of the sales letter is written for people who are more skeptical, right? So as a result, we start talking about how blood sugar imbalances can zap your brain power. So we start introducing and talking about more and more common problems that our target audience could be experiencing. And like what problems should you cover? Well, it all comes down to research, right? Whatever you discover during your research phase, during interviewing with like customers or talking to them or reading Amazon reviews or anything like that, whatever comes up as most common should be like focused on by you in this part of the sales letter. So we have content pieces. This is very valuable content, actually, and it seems like some scientific discovery or like something legit coming from a doctor. And then and then we have like added credibility elements by various PhDs. You know, this guy, he seems like a credible researcher who knows what he's talking about. We have, more. This just continues the sales letter. The main sales letter is this white background with the black text. All these things, they're basically inserts, and the main sales letter is the thing that continues the cohesive, persuasive argument. But it's very important to also have these little inserts because they just strengthen various parts of this persuasive argument. So as you can see, another little blue insert: insulin resistance wreaks havoc with your cells. So we have a pretty in-depth, like graphical presentation of what's happening when there's an insulin balance or unbalance, actually. And we have some further ranging elements of this whole thing of insulin resistance, like how is it related to heart, how it's related to your kidneys, to your lungs, to your eyes, to your gut, to your sex organs even. Because check this out, sex organs. Blood sugar problems can cause poor blood supply to the genitals. For men, this can cause erection problems. For men and women, high blood sugar levels decrease sexual desire and energy levels. See what I mean when I say if you're experiencing blood sugar problems, you've got to take action now? So notice how we're kind of like dimensionalizing the problem itself. So we're kind of making it much easier for people to understand. Oh, okay, so it means that this might be responsible for my erectile dysfunction. Oh, okay, I never thought about that. That's definitely a pain point in my life, so I gotta take action now. So you have, again, multiple entry points in persuading people, because they might have problems with their heart, with their kidneys, with their lungs, with their sex organs, and all these things, they scare them a little bit, but that's needed, because otherwise persuasion doesn't happen. And then this is basically a problem agitation solution framework. So we introduce the problem, we agitate it a little bit, and then we offer up the solution, which is the amazing sugar destroyer, right? So we then have a little mini story of how, for generations, traditional folklore spoke about the plant so powerful it quickly snatches excess sugar from the bloodstream. So in supplement promotions, there's always some sort of obscure little plant that's living on the Himalayas or something that has this one ingredient that mainstream science doesn't really use properly. And right now we discovered it, we combined it with other green ingredients, and boom, we have a proprietary blend of super nutrients for you, and that's like the solution to the problems. But this plant, which is called Gymnema sylvestre, so this has a lot of great benefits when it comes to regulating blood sugar levels, and this in itself is valuable. But to make it even more powerful, this page, notice how Carline also included a little insert from a doctor, from the guru actually, the doctor here, and she says popular prescription drugs that raise your blood sugar. Read this if you're already taking blood sugar lowering drugs such as, and then you have a list of blood sugar lowering drugs. Like, how cool is this? On the left, we're talking about a natural solution that can solve your problem. And then as a kind of like a preemptive objection handling element, we have a little no-no for all these common drugs that are usually prescribed by doctors to their patients. So this kind of creates a contrasting element. So it immediately discredits a lot of other blood sugar lowering drugs and increases the perceived value of this specific ingredient. So it's very, very powerful, because otherwise people would be like, okay, sure, but I'm already taking blood sugar lowering medicine, so why should I care about this? Well, you should care about this because these aren't really good for you. In fact, they're terrible for you. But at the same time, look at this. Research shows that this Gymnema sylvestre is super, super powerful, and it repairs pancreas cells. It's an insulin booster, and it has all these cool little benefits. And then we have an introduction to another ingredient, chromium, and we have a short description on what chromium actually does, some benefits, what it does, proof, so that we back up the claims. Whenever you make a claim, you got to back it up with proof. And then we have the third one, which is cinnamon. And I love how actually, where is it actually? So cinnamon, everything is pitched so that cinnamon, as it's in apple pie, eating apple pie lowers your blood sugar actually. And people are like, what? Isn't it supposed to increase my blood sugar? But no, it lowers it because it has cinnamon, and cinnamon has a great regulatory effect. And I don't know where it was, somewhere here. We're gonna discover it. Okay, I promise you we're gonna discover it. But the aim of this part of the sales letter, with also some inserts, you see we have proof inserts, some social proof elements, testimonials basically. We have, it's not a blood sugar problem, it's a vitamin deficiency. So this one's related to probably chromium, yes, because this is also in multivitamins. So we have the persuasive argument in the primary part of the sales letter, but then we have these little inserts that support various parts of it. And at this point, we already have a little much more direct type of teaser for the product itself. It says claim up to $446.8 in discounts and free gifts today. See page 18 for free bottles, special savings, and other free gifts. And then we even have a hero shot of the product and the special reports. So at this point, again, some people are sold at this point. So why shouldn't we give them the option of going to page 18 and claiming the offer itself? But for people who aren't convinced just yet, we have 3 or 4 more ingredients to follow. We have some benefits regarding product itself. Notice how it's under this one, or actually to the right of it, so people can see this as the teaser, and then the next thing they see is what advanced blood sugar solution can do for you. So we have some features and benefits. So we have then the third ingredient in our proprietary formula, banana banana leaf extract, and I like how this version of the sales letter, it probably wasn't the final version, because neat caption here about banana leaf, and there are a few things that are missing all throughout, but this is the swipe fight that I got, so so it's fine, by the way, because it's like 99% done anyway, and I'm sure you get the idea of it. But we get this banana leaf extract, the same thing. We just get a quick overview of it, some benefits, and some proof of why, you know, our claim is correct. And then we have bitter melon as well. And at this point, you can already see the full ingredient list. You can see all the 7 ingredients. You can see their #1 benefit, and very powerful, and this is an advanced strategy, you can see at this point, people are thinking, okay, so cool, I'll just buy myself some banana leaf extract and then I'm all good, right? Well, not exactly, because check it out. If you were to purchase it separately, like everything, it comes out to $100. Ooh, okay. And at the same time, or like $122 actually. And at the same time, 1 bottle of advanced blood sugar solution, $21. So you save $100. So not only is it positioned as a way lower, way cheaper, but way better alternative, but we also see essentially like how much we can save by this, and it's over $100. So why shouldn't people take this, right? This again seeds the idea of the sale itself. And then we have 2 more ingredients. We have fenugreek, and then we have polysocanol or something. I'm butchering these, by the way, sorry about that, but yeah, 2 ingredients. So the same thing, just some overview of the ingredient, benefits, and proof. And then we also have the little product teaser. And at this point, you know, people are already warmed up to the product itself. So we're making a lot of claims here. So it's time to back it up with some more powerful proof elements. So that's why for 2 pages we have only testimonials. So say bye-bye to blood sugar problems and hello to healthy living again. And then we have people from our ideal customer actually all saying wonderful things with specifics, with various pictures that show that they're not really, you know, some bots or something. And then you also have the little hero shot of the product itself, and another page of testimonials. So all testimonials here. And then, okay, here's another part of like photo of Carline's Grammy coming. Okay, I love it. So how to reach a healthy 100th birthday. So according to Italian researchers in the study printed in experimental gerontology, man, I'm really bad with these expressions. Folks living well over 100 have one thing in common: well-regulated blood glucose levels. So this is basically just a little mini pitch again on why you should care. And if you want to reach until you reach your 100th birthday, then you definitely have to check this advanced blood sugar solution out, because it's the way forward. So at this point, you know, we have more benefits. We basically start talking about advanced blood sugar solution, the product itself, and people have already seen tons of benefits to specific ingredients. But now we're shifting our messaging to, hey, you know, since you've seen how powerful these ingredients are, like think about how powerful the combination, the unique combination of all these ingredients is, right? And that's what advanced blood solution does for you. It regulates excess blood sugar. It boosts insulin production. It metabolizes sugar effectively. It minimizes sugar spike. All these good stuff. Nature's amazing cholesterol discovery. So actually, this Nature's amazing cholesterol discovery, it's probably the last ingredient. Yes, it's polycosanol. So the same shtick. We have overview, benefits, and proof elements, and why you should care about it. And we have more testimonials from this point on. Meet some of the folks who've gotten their blood sugar levels under control with advanced blood sugar solution. So notice how we're gradually being bolder and bolder with the product, talking more and more about the product. But at the same time, to the right of it, we have, here's how to know if advanced blood sugar solution is working for you. Know your numbers. In 30 days, have your sugar levels retested. So this is super valuable here. This is what I mentioned in the beginning of this video, that something like this, it's super valuable because it extends the shelf life of this magazine, of this ad itself. And it's powerful. People will cut it out, will just keep it just so that they can validate it. Remember, this was mostly pre-internet, and it wasn't so easy back then to just Google anything and then getting your answer straight away. You had to keep a knowledge library, and something like this could have turned out to be very, very valuable without going to your doctor. So at this point, we have more proof elements, more testimonials, and then we finally get the official introduction to the product. It says, special introductory offer. I want you to see your blood sugar healthy again so you can feel better and healthier with advanced blood sugar solution. And you won't have to risk a dime. Plus, you'll also receive up to 13 valuable gifts free. So this is the part where we shift from the emotional aspect of it to the rational aspect a little bit. I mean, it's still emotional because it still builds desire, but at the same time, it has that little logical component that I mentioned in the beginning of this video. All the reasons why, like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, actually 10 reasons why you should purchase, and it's kind of like at the end of it, people are like, man, I would be stupid not to purchase this. I mean, all these reasons. There's no reason not to purchase. So that's what this whole thing is doing here. And obviously it's also builds up, hypes up the value of these special reports that you get for free. And notice what's happening here. We have tons of Fascinations. And if you're new to Fascinations, dude, just check out the videos that I did before, especially from people like Mel Martin, even Clayton Makepeace. He has a great I think my 6th or 7th video was from Clayton Makepeace, teaching all the best fascination formulas. Also Mel Martin, Paris Lampropoulos, but these are fascinations which build desire and at the same time create curiosity as well for these little bullets. So then from this point on, we basically have the offer section of this sales letter. So there's a specific formula to what goes into a winning offer. So like what you do, how you price anchor a lot of things. Like for example, that's up to 446.8 in discounts and free gifts. So you know how much you can save, how much these things usually cost, how good of a deal you're getting, and then you know you can also do it totally risk-free. For example, Health Resources will promptly refund your entire purchase price. That's 100% refund a month, 6 months, or even a year or more after using advanced blood sugar solution. So there's even an irresistible guarantee as well, and you get all these values. And because of all these things, now it's time for you to say yes to healthy living again. And then we have the call to action, some ordering instructions, because you don't want to give people, you don't want to make them feel uncertain or feel anxiety before ordering anything. So you tell them exactly what to do, like call here, say this, do that, then what's gonna happen, and on and on and on. And then PS, this is very typical stuff. So we also get a fast action bonus. So if you call toll free now, you get another bonus, fast response bonus if you respond within 10 days. I said the ultimate eating guide for folks with blood sugar problems. And then you have the value stack, special introductory offer, all these bottles, and it seems like you're getting so much, so much, and it's just it doesn't make sense not to buy this, right? Yeah, it's crazy good. I'm just looking at the price itself, like how much is it, because I see how much I'm saving all these things, but I don't quite see what the price is, like the price. I can see that it's $39.95 per month plus shipping and handling. But then this is the order card, by the way. So after, you know, this little value build up and everything, probably this is in the left. So this value part and everything list is on the left side, and on the right side you have the order card. But it might be, you know, different as well. But this, again, it's kind of like it warrants its own video because it's a masterclass in persuasion psychology. You have so many things going on here. You have reiterating the discounts and how it's risk-free, how you have free shipping and handling, how this is pre-ticked, which is kind of like a micro commitment, so that you know, people are more likely to tick something else. It's in the first person. So yes, I want to get my blood sugar levels back in balance. Notice it doesn't just say that yes, add to cart or something like that, but it has a benefit. You kind of say, you hypnotize yourself with it, almost with the benefit. We have 3 or 4 price options. We have the best value, and this is like the little recommended thing, so that people are more likely to take this. So oh yeah, here's the price actually. 12-month supply advanced blood sugar solution for only $3.39. And then you save a lot of things and you get all these good stuff. And then you can have 6-month supply, in which you still get a lot of good stuff, but like not that many. And then you also have the good value, which is the basic. And then you also have the trial offer for like, this is kind of like a lower ticket type of purchase. And then this also, people check it so that they get the little bonus, the little fast action bonus. Again, all these things are micro commitments. They increase the likelihood of them actually ticking this and completing their order information. And see how, you know, they can pay with money order. They have various choices how they want to pay. They can also call an 800 number anytime, anywhere. There's a customer service line. On the left, we have like a personal, unconditional, lifetime money back guarantee, backed by, you know, the image of this guy who's like the guru behind this sales letter. We have customer service related stuff, because customer service is very, very important, especially to a US based audience. So yeah, this is just a masterclass in itself. Maybe I'm gonna do a video eventually about checkout pages or like order forms like this, because I think it's definitely worth it. And then this final part, this was the envelope probably. So urgent news: if you take the following drugs to control your blood sugar levels. This is, I mean, this gets attention, right? If you're in the target audience and you have health problems, chances are you probably take at least one of these drugs, right? And if you take these and you take them and you get this letter, you're like, oh my God, like what's the urgent news? Did they discover some new side effect to it or what? And then see page, probably it's like 18, but this wasn't completed properly in this version of the swipe file. See page something inside immediately. And then this is probably the reply envelope or something like that. So yeah, that's it for this one. Amazing promotion. Thank you so much for Carline Anglade-Cole for doing this, for putting this together, because it is amazing. And I can see totally why, how like she became such a established and successful A-list copywriter. And also thanks to Clayton Makepeace for mentoring people like Carline and many others as well. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. It really is a masterclass in persuasion psychology. So if you like the video, then definitely I appreciate if you like the video itself. Also subscribe if you're new to the channel. Share this with others if you have friends who are also interested in these things and would get a lot of value from this as well. And stay tuned for the next video. I'm definitely having a blast doing these. So thanks again for watching. See you in the next